All right, man. DJ Akademiks got into it with Moneybagg, and kind of revealed some things about this situation. But let's talk about NBA Youngboy to start off. He says that he told his label, I don't know exactly who his label is, I should have looked that up. He told his label that he would give them his next 4 albums for free in exchange for his masters, and they said no. So let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And yeah, the music business is a dirty game. You know, they get these dudes when they're young or when they're ignorant about the music game, man. To be honest, besides his age or youth, there's no excuse to be getting done in a messed up deal. And I speak about this in music videos all the time. After TLC, after New Edition, after Ice Cube turned down the contract with Jerry Heller and Priority Records, everybody should know to get a lawyer before they sign a deal. And that just lets you know the power of a master. But really, what he got to understand is this. The label gonna get the majority of the money off the album regardless. Whenever he dropped the royalties, or not the royalties, but just the money they make off the album, and this deal, the money that he would give back for making off the album in exchange for his masters, that's a bad deal. You know what I'm saying? Because you had artists out here legitimately selling millions and millions of hard copy albums back in the day that was getting pennies on the dollar for every album they sold. Michael Jackson fought to get a certain percentage, I forget. He fought to get a certain percentage of his album sales. So I think he was trying to fight for, like, I don't even want to put a lie out there, but you getting pennies on the dollar. For every dollar they sell, they probably giving you 2 or 3 cents per album sale. So imagine what it's like with streaming now. So how much money is they really giving you for your album? So 3 cents, on a $10 album, at the end of the day, what's that? Even times a million to the record label, and they getting the other 99, they getting the other 99.9% of the album sales. So he trying to just make it seem like, oh man, I told them I'll do these albums for free. You basically doing your albums for free to begin with. That's just how the record label go, or the business goes. And those masters are important because those are your royalties. So anytime somebody uses an NBA Youngboy beat in a video or a commercial or a movie, it don't go back to the artist, it goes back to whoever holds the masters. You know what I'm saying? And it's still these young dudes still getting put in a position to get took by the record labels. The record label the worst thing that happened to the record label business, it wasn't Soulja Boy changing the business from, hard copies to digital streaming. The worst thing that happened was the mixtape game. So the actual dudes that knew how to hustle in the streets, like Master P and, and Too Short, who knew how to hustle tapes out their truck, or the dudes that really actually, quote unquote, really sold dope in these streets, they can rap, and they can pretty much, how can I say it? They can pretty much finance, making their album. The mixtape game was the worst thing that happened to the record business, because people was giving their music away for free. For the most part, you doing that with the record label in most cases anyway. You giving the music away for free, and they giving you pennies on the dollar for every album sale you make, and you really making all your money doing appearances and showing up in clubs and doing shows. That's where you make your real money at in the music industry, and usually in your first deal if you got a bad deal. Like NBA Youngboy, he got a bad deal. Don't feel ashamed. Everybody damn near coming to the game basically with a bad deal. But the mixtape game, the reason they had the feds jump in on the mixtape game was because a lot of dudes was giving their music away for free on that piff, and then, they would get shows. So you didn't need the record label. The record label wasn't going to be able to get you with a $500 or $1 million advance that they was going to recoup. You finance your album, you finance the mixing, the engineering, the production, and then you hit the road. So, basically the mixtape game was getting people famous. That piff was getting people famous, giving away their music for free, and they was able to get the shows. They didn't need the radio though no more. They cut the middleman out. They didn't need the record label no more. They didn't need those guys no more. Your average hustler can hustle and get that money. They don't mind putting in that work in and being their own boss. Now, everybody can't be an entrepreneur when it comes to the mixtape game and really hustling their music. And that's the facts. Everybody can't be their own boss. But that's why they cracked down on the mixtape game, because dudes was giving that money away for free, giving them music away for free, and they was getting money on the road. Your Dolphs, your Gucci's, and all that type of stuff. So, for him, it's just basically, you signed a bad deal. And I'm gonna say about 95% of rap artists or R&B artists sign a bad deal their first time going around. It really ain't much to it, but to make it seem like I said I'll do my next 4 albums for free, you basically doing them for free anyway. You know what I'm saying? He doing them for free anyway. The record label like, man, that ain't nothing. That little couple pennies on the dollar, that little bit of money you getting, that ain't nothing. And don't forget, they paying for the production, they paying for all this. So mostly rappers getting their money off feature shows, pop-ups in the club, or walkthroughs in the club. That's how they get their shows. But even with the features, the label still got to clear, and they still get their money off the features. A record label doesn't allow, especially with them cracking down on mixtapes now on record contracts, it doesn't give you the flexibility at all no more. They can stop you from doing verses. They can stop you unless you go through a loophole, and they probably got this covered. Unless you form a group, that's what the Locks did. They formed D Block and they did Solo to get out of the Bad Boy deal. But that little 4 albums he'll do for free, you basically doing them for free anyway, what type of deal he in. But let's talk about Moneybagg Yo. Moneybagg Yo, basically, got at DJ Akademiks for trying to slander his name. All right, he told Akademiks all he do is, try to slander his name and make him look bad and stuff. And Akademiks fired back and say, shit, basically 95% of the shit that you send me, that I say about you, your record label tell me to do it. Yo Gotti, CMG, and whoever else he tied to. He said, y'all want to come at me, but y'all never say nothing about the Shade Room. Now that's what a snitch do. You know what I'm saying? I remember before I finished on that point, I was in the 6th grade, right? And the teacher was picking people to for the dean to call home, right? So my man standing next, it's supposed to be my best friend, right, in school. He's standing next to me. So the teacher, her name Miss Janikowski, I never forget this shit. She started picking, and then my boy, he hid behind me, and she picked me instead of him. She's like, I got one more, and I'm sitting there like, all right, I ain't paying no mind. Then this motherfucker, his name was Lante Peoples. He stepped behind me and hid behind me, and this is the dude I saved from getting his ass whooped in the locker room. So I just tell you, dog, a lot of dudes ain't solid, and that's what he did. Oh, get him. That's the Akademiks did. You ain't gonna say nothing about the Shade Room. You ain't gonna say nothing about this vlogger, that vlogger. Why y'all picking on me? That's what snitches do, man. They sit back and they don't want to take responsibility. They want to throw somebody else under the bus. But he said he don't really say nothing bad. He said usually my response is a Q&A about you, and everything that I basically say out you organically without a Q&A, it come from your record label. So basically, they asked me to keep your name hot, and I'm doing it. That's to let you know. DJ Akademiks work with the federal government. He worked with the record labels. He worked with all them people. You know what I'm saying? So while he going at artists, all he really doing is, when you go after Akademiks, all you really doing is this. You really getting promo off of him. You know what I'm saying? Freddie Gibbs getting his name off of him. Moneybagg Yo getting his name. When he talk about you and you engage into a beef with him, really you boosting your popularity messing with this dude, man. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all fun and games because you're not going to catch him. You're not going to catch him on the subway. You're not going to catch him in the middle of the mall. You're not going to catch him walking down Rodeo Drive. You're not going to catch him in Compton, Watts, Chicago, walking around not without the 5-0 on him. You're not going to catch him. So at the end of the day, you just engaging in war words for him, for PR and for press. And he let Moneybagg Yo know, like, man, your record label tell me to send me stuff and say shit about you. All I do is give my opinion on your music, and at the end of the day, you need to check in with his record label about what's really going on, man. But hey, let me know what you guys think. I'll put the screenshots on the screen. Appreciate the love, support. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel. Let me know what you think about the NBA Youngboy topic. Let me know what you think about Moneybagg Yo going at Akademiks, and Akademiks telling him his record label tells him to speak on him. Appreciate the love, support. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel. Cash App, PayPal, description. The best way to donate Share the video. Check our music entertainment playlist. We got a Facebook group, the whole 9, all the links in the description. We gone.